Hey everybody, it is Thursday. That means it's time for your Thursday Thought. And I think it's been a little while since I did kind of a stats number market update. So we're going to take a few minutes and talk about some of the numbers that we're seeing in the market. So we'll start with average and median sales price. This is for April 2022. So our average sales price here in the Pikes Peak region from the Pikes Peak MLS, the average sales price in April was $561,907. I think that's the first time that the Pikes Peak region has broken $550,000 as their average price point, and that's up from March's, so just 2 months ago, was at $539,684. So you had a 4% increase on the average single-family home in the Pikes Peak region of 4.1%, which is pretty astounding. Again, it's a snapshot, it's 1 month. We'll see that flex a little bit, but the last few months, really over the past year, most months have seen some type of 1, 2, 3% increase in average price points. And the average price point in April of 2021 was $481,857, and so we've had a 16.6% increase in the average price point here in the Pikes Peak region. And again, that's for single-family homes. Now, median kind of follows a similar trend. It was $475 in March, $484,500 in April, so April 2022, and then compared to last year, it was $425. And so you saw about a 2% increase from March to April, and you saw a 14% increase from April 2021 to April of 2022. Again, kind of similar numbers. They essentially follow one another. So that's kind of what the average price points for single-family homes look like here in El Paso, here in the Pikes Peak region, from Pikes Peak MLS. Now I want to transition and talk about inventory a little bit, because obviously we know that one of the things that's been driving up these prices is lack of inventory and buyers, potentially getting into bidding wars over homes and driving the price up. And that's because we've had low inventory. So inventory looks to be coming up a skosh, a little bit. And so just kind of looking at inventory from we're talking about new listings, and then we're going to talk about existing homes. So new listings in April were 2,223 versus March, which was 1,834. We had 21% more listings put into the MLS in April than we did in March. And then looking back to April of last year, we only put in 1,879 versus the 2,200 that we put in this April, and so we're up 18.3%. So we're adding more homes this month than we did in March, and also in the same month in April 2021. Hope that makes sense. So we're just adding a little inventory. We're listing more homes in April than we did in March, and than we did in April of last year, which is good news. Existing homes for sale, single-family homes in April was 970. That's kind of the average for the month. And then looking back to April of last year, there was 554. So a good jump there. And then it was 706 in March. And so it looks like that inventory is creeping up a little bit. It definitely tends to in the spring and summer months as people start to list their homes, but even compared to last April, we have a lot more homes on the market. So that's again ultimately good news for the buyers out there who maybe have a few more options. So now what's kind of causing this? Yes, obviously it's the springtime. People are listing their homes because it's kind of the ideal time to list a home and to get it on the market. So that's definitely causing some increase. But also, I think as an office and kind of as an industry, we're starting to see some buyers, pump the brakes a little bit. With rising interest rates, mortgage applications are down. It's still too early to tell whether this is a true kind of like correction or not, but it is certainly starting to feel that way. We're going to watch it over the next 2, 3, 4 months and see if the trends continue for us to continue to build inventory. But we're up several hundred homes from last month and 400 or 500 homes from last year, and so that's all good news for the buyers and bring a little relief from this market. Still solidly in seller's market territory. Our inventory is still very low. Homes that are in nice neighborhoods in good condition and that are priced right are still selling quickly. But we are sort of starting to see and feel some of that pullback and some of that on the buyer side, and some of that inventory building here in the Pikes Peak region. Hope that's helpful. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Thursday Thought. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions about real estate, I'd love to be an asset and a resource to you. If you want to know what these numbers might mean for you personally, feel free to reach out. Shoot me a message, shoot me a text, comment below, send me an email, give me a call, and I'm happy to help. Thanks so much. Take care. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on next week's Thursday Thought. See ya.